Welcome back to Close Up in the New Hampshire Institute of Politics. And when we're here at the NHIOP, who better to talk to than the Executive Director, Neil Levesque. He wears a lot of hats around here. One of them happens to be running this place. So, Neil, you've seen a lot of debates and political events in your years here. What set this one apart, these Granite State debates, that is?
Well, I think the thing that set it apart was the fact we had 24 candidates in 4 different debates. This was a spectacular week, a lot of logistics involved. But I think it was good that we got to see a lot of the different candidates up close and not just see television ads and things like that, and see lesser-known candidates really for the first time.
You've worked on a lot of campaigns. We're in crunch time right now, less than 48 hours to go. What are the campaigns doing right now, and can it make a difference?
Sure, it can make a difference. So what they're trying to do is they're going to as many parts of the state as possible. They're working very hard. They're getting the candidate there. Family will come along. Their main supporters usually will tag along on this last 48-hour period, and they're trying to motivate that base. Remember, these primary elections are all about getting those voters that support you to the polls, and so what they're trying to do right now is get them there and get them motivated. It's a very nerve-wracking time. You know, a lot of these candidates, at least since June they've been running, some have been running for the last year. This has put a lot of energy, time, money, everything into this election, and it all comes down to Tuesday, and you know, it's a tough time if you lose, and if you win, I think all of a sudden there's going to be a huge spotlight on some of these people that haven't had that before in politics.
Yeah, we could certainly see a surprise. What do you think, though? You hear oftentimes that a lot of really good politicians draw on energy, that they ramp up at this time period rather than kind of fading out. What are the traits of a winning candidate in these final 48 hours?
Well, it's somebody who really has stamina. I mean, not only are you nervous about the outcome, but you have to have this tremendous amount of energy to go and hit all these events. Remember, if you're going to hit, let's say, 10 events in a day, you have to make 10 speeches. There's a lot of brain energy involved there, and you have to keep it up over and over again. The slightest slip will end up in the media, can end up on Twitter, and you can't make mistakes. You said what can change the outcome on Tuesday. If a candidate makes a big mistake right now, that could change it.
What do you think is going to happen with those moderate, maybe right-leaning, independent voters, sorry, undeclared voters who might grab a different kind of ballot? Are they going to play in a race like the 1st Congressional District with the Democrats to try and make an impact, perhaps, on that?
Sure. I think sometimes people who are moderate will go out and play in a primary, but generally the rule book is you go for the people who are motivated to vote in a primary. We don't have huge turnouts in primaries, and you're really talking to your base. The day after is when you sort of start talking to the wider audience to see if you can get those independent voters.
Any of the students seem excited here about this one? Is this something that looks like a lot of students are going to be voting in this election?
Well, St. Anselm College has a very motivated student body in politics especially, and a lot of them were here in the audience, and if that's any indication, I think that they'll be voting on Tuesday.
Anyone in particular this week stand out to you and impress you on the stage?
Well, out of 24 candidates, I have to say that I was really impressed by a lot of the people who had never been on a stage before. A lot of them are first-time candidates, lesser-known candidates. They haven't even cut television ads. I was really impressed by the depth and knowledge of the issues, and I thought it was good for the voters out there in New Hampshire to see who these people are.
It really was amazing to have so many people on a stage at one time and also really carry it off. Yes. So Neil Levesque, thanks for being part of it this week and guiding us through everything. We appreciate your time and your insight.
Thank you.